nice. Yes, if you'll be able to do that.
Hello, and now we are live. Good
We are live.
afternoon. Greetings from Ontario, Canada. Yeah, my name is Femi, and it's another exciting day. And today we'll be talking about the benefits of the online business. But before I go to bring Aranet in from San Francisco, California, USA, today is a birthday. I'm not going to ask her age because usually you shouldn't ask a woman her age. But can you join me? Let me just sing a song for her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. She's actually dancing. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. All right, now over to you, Aranet, uh, all the way from San Francisco. You can introduce yourself and then we kick this ball rolling.
Thank you so much, Femi. Yes, it's my day today, and I'm so grateful here to be with you, Femi, celebrating my birthday early morning of Monday. So yes, I am Arnath. For those of you who doesn't know me, I am the owner of this business page and personal page that I'm streaming right now. I'm located here again in San Francisco. It's beautiful, sunny weather here. And I am a mother and also working in a global financial crimes and running this amazing, successful digital business on the side. Back to you, Femi. Thank you so much for the song. Yes.
Well, if it wasn't for time, I would have just kept on going ahead, and singing the song, till I finish it. You know, I'm sure it must be a very good day for you. So I wouldn't want to keep you too long, so you can have some time to spend with your family and your loved ones. So thank you so much again, Aranet, for taking out time, from this your special day to spend some time with us here.
Of
All
course.
right. So today we're talking about the benefits of having an online business. And like sometime last week, I had an interview with Esther here on this platform, and we started this same discussion. So today, knowing that a lot of people are moving online now for various reasons. First of all, let me ask you, before we get into the benefits, what is one of the reasons that you think that a lot of people are moving online now?
Oh my goodness. It's just so flexible, Femi, being home with your family as well. And
Yeah.
then artificial intelligence nowadays is now kicking the internet world, and it's always nice to be a part of that as
Mm.
well. And since the pandemic, this become working from home or working online has been popular nowadays. And again, it's been truly a blessing to be a part of this. Not only that, you are at home again, as I mentioned earlier, and being able
Mm.
to spend quality time for your kids, and that
Mm.
is a big thing for me since I'm working from home and being able to hear their voice while I'm here doing my own thing and running this successful business on the side. That is the one thing that I love so much because it really resonates on my story as well, knowing that it is there, accessible anytime you want to, if you need to work online. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you very much, Aranet. Like I was speaking to quite some people in the course of the weekend, and one or two people said the same thing about one of the reasons why they would prefer to go online these days is centered around, not having job security anymore. You know, besides the fact that people want to be able to make more revenue, they want to be able to generate more revenue. Some people have found out that job security is not there anymore, unlike it used to be before. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
like we are seeing institutions downsizing, even the government sometimes too, they lay off people and all that. These were not the things that we're used to in the past, right? So some people are thinking that okay, this is one way to ensure that they have a backup plan, something that can guarantee their continuous access to funds. Should the unimaginable happen. So I think that's one of the reasons why people do that. And And also, some people just want to be able to make more funds, because like if you are working in an establishment, no matter how much effort you put in, no matter how much money you generate, assuming you are generating that money directly by yourself, regardless of how much funds you are generating, the truth is that there's a cap on how much you are paid. You understand? But that is not there, when you have an online business, particularly when it's your business that you're running. So like a lot of people tell me that okay, they rather go online because you can't it's a bit difficult to have two jobs that are physical, because most times rather probably will be a compromise. But when you're doing online, you can, I mean, like there are a lot of people in our community that do their regular job and they still work online. And what I hear people do is that during their break time, they attend to some things, and then maybe when they close in the night, they put in another 2 hours, and that's it for the next day and all that. So, what would you say are the benefits of the online business that has really empowered you?
Well, digital world nowadays has transformed thousands or millions of people to earn online, providing an really accessible and scalable way to achieve financial and time freedom for to spend quality time with your families. And one thing that I love, one of the benefits of running an online business or digital business is the time and location. That
Mm,
is one of the biggest advantage of an online business is the freedom to work anywhere, anytime you want. You know, because you are not really tied up to a specific office, a city, or even a country. As long as you have an internet connection, you can run this business from the comfort of your own home, from the coffee shop. Just like me yesterday, I was able to work in my backyard, holding my laptop, and
yeah.
also while traveling, traveling. I've traveled a lot last year 7 times, and I was able to carry my phone with you and my laptop with me. And I'm even in the airplane,
Mm,
and I'm submitting contracts in the airplane. And that's the beauty of this incredible business, because again, you can work from anywhere in the world. You can create your own schedule. No more rigid office hours like the 9 to 5 job that can offer. You have to be there on time and leave in a specific time also. Not in your business, you can work probably at midnight if you want, or during the day anytime. You can wake up anytime, and then spend more time with your family and loved ones. That's one of the best part why I love this business so much, Femi, because of those, flexibility that I can just
flexibility.
wake up. Yeah, wake up anytime I want to. Yeah. And even when I'm sleeping, the business is still running in the backyard or in the background when you're sleeping as well. And you'll be surprised when you wake up and there are some people joining the business, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's awesome, because like when you have a physical, I mean, like uh, when you work in a physical location, whether it's your business or you're working for somebody else, the day you don't show up at that business, whether or not you take permission, you know, whether or not you're granted permission to be away from work,
Yes.
for most employment, there's a tendency that you get paid for those days, right? But you're just talking now that you're in your backyard, and you traveled about 7 times last year. And for all those times that you traveled, you took your business with you and you were able to do whatever it was that was necessary for you to do with regards to your business, which is quite awesome. So some other things that I observe, like I was talking to an optometrist some time ago, and the guy was telling me about the rent that he pays for his location. And this guy had to pay he had to pay up, I think, between $4,000 and $6,000, monthly for rent,
Mhm.
which is huge. How much do you pay for rent in that your little office there?
No, I don't even pay anything because it's just like
Nothing,
a
right?
corner corner of the
But when
house.
you go to the park or your backyard to walk with your with your with
Yeah.
your laptop, I mean, like, how much do you pay there?
nothing. I only pay my mortgage, and then the
Yeah.
best part is I was able to tax write off some part of the
Of the
house.
mortgage because you use your housing for the business, right?
Yes.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, like, and that's one other thing that I really enjoy, with this business. The fact that uh the the cost of running the business is very low. So also is the start. So also is the startup cost. Like, imagine if you have a physical office and you have to pay the rent.
Hmm.
But like, when you are running, see, like, the thing is that most times people just talk about the rent that they pay for the office, but it's much more beyond the rent. Do you understand? Because there's a running cost to that office as well. You know, Heating, electricity, air conditioning, all those things to have to come in. No matter how small they are.
Yeah.
But those are the things that, even right in your house, you're able to write up an aspect of your mortgage based on the size of the room you are using for your office. You're able to write off a certain percentage of your bills, your electricity, and all that, because you are running your business from your home, which is quite essential. I'm like, which is something that is very, 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 very good. Because a little here, a little there, all those cost savings, they add
Yeah.
up to. They add up to your um, to your income as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I actually, because I have not done my taxes yet, I'm just preparing all the paperwork together. And then my accountant actually sent me all the stuff that I need to include
Yeah.
because he's already aware about the job that I am doing.
Mm.
Like, okay, you have to include this, include this. Like, what? There is so many things that I have to include,
Yes, so many things
so
that you
many
can write
things.
into, right? So many things that you can
Yeah,
write in.
right
Yeah.
off like the table, you change your table, your
Yeah.
laptop,
Mm.
anything, like, oh my gosh. Like, and then there is something like when you are outside and you are mowing, you can like write on the mower too, because that is where you work in your back, like,
I mean, like, you can also write off. I mean, I've written off my phone, you know, because you use your phone for business, right? So
yes.
so those are all things that are benefits of running
That's why
an
I
online
probably
business.
need to change this, because I have this one for 5 years and it's slowing down because like so much pictures in this one. So like I need to upgrade it probably. And again, that's a tax write-off. So
Yeah,
I can't wait to do that because some of our business partners are doing that already.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yes,
So, I mean, like, that's one of the very awesome benefits of having an online business, right? You know, I mean, like, knowing, like, you're just telling me now, before we came online, like, you just pulled out to the garage, and there was a call and all that. I mean, you can actually plan your time yourself, right? Besides the flexibility that we talked about at that time, right? You know,
mhm,
I mean, okay, we know that running an online business is not as though it's an easy breeze, like some people may want you to think about it, like it's as if you just sit down, money starts flowing. It's not that way. You have to put in the work. So, and like somebody said sometime, you said, for an entrepreneur, like, there's no such thing as a weekend. You can work weekend as well, but you can choose not to work also,
yeah,
depending on how you have scheduled your timing and all the things that you have done ahead of time to make sure that it takes care of business for that day. So, like, in nutshell, like, you can choose, okay, like, you have some things to do, but do you have some time? Can this thing be postponed to maybe when you have the time to tackle it, without a boss breathing down your neck? And
mhm.
this has to be done now, So, like, you don't really have a boss that's pushing, that it's time to exert on you, so you have become your own boss, and so you're not answering to anyone, and you just have to, I mean, like, know how to portion your time appropriately, so you have more control over your time and your life, isn't it?
Yes, so just like last week, I had a triple schedule for a dentist, to visit the dentist for my kids, for my
Yeah.
son, my little girl, and for myself. And then while waiting, all right, and I'm still running my business.
Yeah.
And then, that is something that I can schedule ahead of time. And then
Mm.
there's so many cases that we had to schedule this too, Femi,
Yeah.
because of
Yeah.
something came up and have to
Yeah.
do that. If you compare that in your corporate jobs, you
Mm.
cannot do that. You
Mm.
cannot do that. You have to probably call in sick, or you have to way ask your boss to to take a certain
Permission. Yeah.
day, in order for you to visit your doctor or something like that. But for me, whatever comes, a schedule that comes from the doctor for my little kids, and then
Yeah.
I am so flexible. I'm not really being pressured on being so anxious, and because you're thinking about work, stuff like that, right? But now being your own boss, then you will be able to do that anytime, anyone, without pressure as well.
Mm.
Yeah, that's, oh my gosh, it's honestly, Femi, this business really check all the bucket lists for parents like us to do this, because it's just less stress. And not only that,
I mean, like like that I used to work in the oil and gas industry, and I used to work on the rigs for a long
yeah,
time. Yeah,
in the middle of the sea.
yeah, in the middle of the sea, for a long time. I enjoyed it, but then the part I didn't enjoy, and I enjoyed the money as well, but the part I didn't enjoy was the part that I always have to be away, you know. And and the thing is, like we said earlier on, you can't take permission to be off, otherwise you don't get paid. So like my chaos was like a pay as you go. So I only got paid whenever I was on the rig. So when I was not on the rig, I wasn't making money. So I'm like your guess is as good as mine, right? That means that whenever I wanted to make more money, like maybe if my financial demands increases, then
Mm,
I needed to stay longer.
yep.
So for several years I was married, but I was not really home with my family. I couldn't say there was any time, within that period of my career that I had the opportunity of being home, for like let's even say for like 2 weeks, sorry, for like 6 weeks, in a row, or 2 months. I think the longest I ever stayed at home probably would have been about 4 weeks. And imagine being married for so long and then always, like always being away and all that. Again, it's important to be away to do whatever it is that was necessary to do. But sometimes um like the you're being away for too long sometimes does not give you the opportunity to be able to cater to some things that really, really matter to life. You understand? So for me, it was really a good thing, finding this business because that took care of my having to be jumping all around. Like even the worst part of it was that, like some things that we do, but we just have to do them because we needed to make money. We needed to be able to cater for our family and all that. Like there was a time I was trying to purchase some kind of life insurance, just to supplement whatever it was that I got from work. Then within Canada here, my agent sought life insurance coverage for me from
Mm,
seven insurance company, and all of them, all the underwriters, they refused to insure me. And
yeah.
the reason was that I was a risk because I was always flying, because I was always back and forth, like most of the time, even though I was working for a multinational that was based here in Canada, I was working in other parts of the world, like in Africa, South Africa, West Africa, and all those parts, So like I always had to go like 2 flights, one between here and Paris, and then from Paris to wherever it is I was going to, and then I had to go on a chopper or a boat and all that. And then I stayed on the rig for like weeks on end, like a month or two, sometimes, with all the exposure. So the guy said, I'm sorry, I can't insure you. So, like some of those things that you want to do, but you really can't do. because you are chasing
Yeah.
after money. So for me, it became like, there was so much. It was a cycle already. It was already a cycle, and it was a painful
Because
one.
it's a risk. It's a
Yes,
risky
yes,
job, you know.
yes. And it was like something that it looked like I couldn't break out from if I needed to be able
Mm,
to make money enough to be able to keep my family, in the kind of lifestyle that we've been used to. So that really, really, really troubled me. But thank God for the online
yeah.
business. All those ones are things of the past now. I don't have to think about anymore. But yeah,
Yeah. You
so
mentioned something in there, Femi, that even though it's a good money,
yeah.
but it's a fixed salary too. Oh, in right?
I mean,
Unlike in a
like in my case, it wasn't okay. Like in my case, right? It was fixed based on the number of days, right? So
right.
I got paid a certain amount of money daily.
Yeah, so meaning
So
it's
so
your
so based on the number of days I stayed, I got paid. So if I want to make more, if I want to make the maximum, then maybe I will just stay the whole year away.
yeah, so meaning your income is very limited no matter how
I mean,
hard you work.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
not
like I
like
had
in
some colleagues.
our yeah, not
Go
like
ahead.
in our online business. There's
Mm.
no cap. There's no cap.
I mean,
You
there's
can
no cap.
yeah.
I mean, there's no cap, number one, and you don't have to be away
Mm-hmm.
for so long to make so much. Do you
Yeah.
understand? Like sometimes, like I've reached out to some people that I know that work long hours, or some people that I know that work multiple jobs. Like we all have the same goal. And I get it that people have to do whatever they have to do because, it's honorable to be able to cater to your family, right? So like what I have discovered in most times is that you see some people as one, maybe as the husband is coming back from a night shift, the wife is going out, right? I actually listened to somebody within our community that was giving a testimony that said that at a point in time, they always exchange the kids at the gas station. You understand? In this Canada, I mean, like it was at the gas station that maybe the husband was going to work and the wife was just coming back, you know,
Yeah.
and then okay,
So
maybe the
the
husband had
kids
the
will
kids,
transfer in
he
the
will have
other
to
car and
he will
then
have to pass the
oh
kids
my
over to,
gosh.
and then they go back home, and all that, and the thing is that as human beings, we will do whatever it takes for us as long as it's legal to be there by our family. So like that was what they were doing.
Yeah.
She was saying that she never believed there would be a time where they will be able to earn so much and live a life without having to exchange their children at the gas station anymore, because
Oh my
it was
gosh.
very, very tough for them. Yeah. So it's quite tough for a lot of people. And you know, but again, that's the way they know to make money.
Yeah,
Just like
that's
that was
the
the way I knew to make money then, by
and that is
jumping
a wake up
around.
call. That is
Yeah.
a wake up call that oh my gosh, is this gonna be our life until we turn
Mm,
65?
mm. Yeah, but if you
While we
don't get to that aha moment, right? If you don't get
right.
to that moment where it dawns on you that something's got to give,
Yeah.
you probably will just continue with that grind. And
Oh
a
my
lot of
goodness.
people,
That reminds me one of our business partners like, you know what? I'm done procrastinating.
mm,
No, it's a time for me to really change because
mm,
there are some moment in our life that your body will tell you that it's enough, like okay, my friend has been sharing me this digital business and then he becomes so successful in his
mm.
wife, and like I've been watching them for a long time, and then now what am I doing after 5 years? I'm still in the same situation, and like so
Yeah.
because he still think that the business is still is calm, and then that's his
I
friend.
mean, like it may
It's
not
a
necessarily.
living proof,
I mean,
you
like, it may
know.
not necessarily be that. It may not necessarily be that the person thinks that the business is calm. But the thing is that we have been told a lie all our life.
Yeah,
We
those
have
are
been
old
told.
old conditioning.
Yes, I mean, like we have been conditioned, our minds have been conditioned to go to school, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Get the best grades, which is good, and to get a good job, which is good. But so like our minds have been conditioned to remain in those good jobs.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people, and because like unlike a business, right? Everything is planned for you on your job. So you know when to go for training, you know what to do to get to the next level and all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as if you have to
They know
determine
when they're gonna kick you out.
exactly. And then you know that okay, as long as you're on that job, you're expecting salaries, right? So it's convenient. It's convenient. That's why it's a comfort zone for a lot of people. And unfortunately, a lot of people just stay that grind unknowingly, subconsciously, until they get to that age of 60, age of 65. And then it dawned on them that,
Yeah.
wow, so
Something like wake them
I
up.
mean,
Yeah.
what do I, well, I mean, how can what do I do now? But
Yeah.
fortunately for our business, we have people that, and they're 60 plus, we have people in the 70s that are able to do the business, and there are two reasons why people will do the business, not just because of the money they want to make. That's important. But it was during the lockdown period that a friend of mine, I was working in one of the oil companies there close to you, in Bakersfield, was telling me that it got so boring at home that it was now thinking that retirement, that having enough money is not enough for retirement. Because
No,
having
not
enough
anymore.
money, I mean, having enough money, but not having activity, not knowing what to do, not knowing what to do can be very dangerous as well. So, and that's one of the things that this checks in our boxes, right? It's one of the boxes that this thing checks for us, right? It checks the fact that you can make money. And then it also checks the fact that, you have the activity, so you always have something to do. You have something to look up to, for the next day.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. Yeah.
But some other also is a wake up call that
Yeah.
actually it's just like me. Like, okay,
Mm.
in the beginning, because I've been working and working and working
Mhm.
and working, all of a sudden, pandemic hit, and like, wow, is this
Mm.
gonna, just a pandemic really wake me up. Like,
Mm.
I don't have any plan B, knowing that
That's
I've heard a lot of
yeah.
coworkers got laid off, and
Mm.
then lots of clients that close their businesses because of that. Like, wow, how do I know that my going back to work I still have a job,
Mm.
even though I am still on maternity leave of absence? But once you go back, and then like, oh, this is the end of your story, RNL, you have to let it go. How do I know? And I don't have any plan B. That's why pandemic is also a blessing for me, because that really wake me up that
Mm.
it's really important nowadays that plan B is a necessity. Yeah.
What's most important for people is just not to get too comfortable wherever they are.
Yes.
Because the only thing that does not change in life is change. Change is
Mm-hmm.
constant, right? And change can either be negative or positive. And the thing is that change will happen whether you plan for it or you don't plan for it. So it's always good for people to plan for the change so that
Correct.
the outcome they get is a desired one. But
Correct.
when you
Yes.
don't plan for a change, the outcome you get won't be desirable. It's just like when you look at, like when you go to your backyard, right? Okay, for us now, it's okay. We're now in spring, right? So all
Mm.
those dryness that comes with the with the winter has gone. And very soon now, if you don't go to till your soil, if you don't go to plant something or take care of your grass or your lawn, whatever, before you know it, you start to see weed grow. There must always be change, but it's
Yeah.
not. But like not every change is desirable. The only desirable change that you can have is the one that you influence, the one that you cause.
Hmm.
So that's why it's important for people to make sure that they effect that change,
Yeah.
you know, and come
And we
off.
keep and we always keep changing. Like, okay, it's springtime. What clothes I'm gonna wear?
Mm,
And then we're
mm,
expecting a summer. There's always a
mm,
change, and we're so flexible about that.
yeah.
Why don't we change when it comes uh into expanding our awareness to work online, right? And we we've been conditioned also to believe that tomorrow is Tuesday, and
Yeah.
then Wednesday, and then
Mm,
Thursday, right? Like it's always about time for us to condition ourselves to start something different. Like, okay, I have a 9 to 5 job. What if I can start another passive income, and
mm,
another passive income, and another passive income, right? So those are the one that you mentioned earlier, Femi, that we've been conditioned to
yeah.
follow what our ancestors probably teach us. But it's about time also
It's
to
ancestors.
the ancestors
The,
or
the
the
government,
news or
the system,
the environment.
environment, that's what we've been
Yeah,
conditioned. I mean, that's what,
yeah.
like,
So there's so many things. It's time for us to recondition ourselves, to push ourselves, to stretch ourselves, to try something new, because this
mm,
is for the good of everything, for yourself, for your family, for your kids in the
yeah.
future. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's been a very nice conversation with you, Annette, on your birthday. Thank you very much once again. Um, is there anything you would like to say to our viewers before we call it off today?
Well, one thing that I really want to share with our, my goodness, for our viewers is to really starting an online business really empowers you to take control of your life, guys. Not only your life, your finances, your future. Whether you want an extra income, replace your corporate jobs or 9 to 5 jobs, or achieve financial freedom, the opportunities in the digital world are endless. There's so much endless. So if you've been looking, if you've been looking for a legitimate way to create financial time and freedom for you and for your family, Femi and I are here to help you, because you might know that this opportunity is the one that you have been waiting for. So unlock that awareness that it is possible to become successful by starting an online business. Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Aranet. The only thing I'd like to say is just to remind our viewers that change is inevitable. You can't avoid change. And
Yes.
change can be positive and it can also be negative. Most times, the change that you experience that you have no influence on is negative. You know, so like I said earlier on, if you have a piece of land and you don't grow anything there, something must grow. And most times, what will grow would not be
The
what you
we.
want. It will not
Yes.
be what you want. It will not be what you can eat. So,
Yes.
like it's actually up to you. But it's time, to come out of from that comfort zone, shake it up,
Yeah.
and just make
It's
sure.
I heard this one. It's a time to make a change.
Yeah, it's time to make a change, right? It's a time to make a change. It's time to come out from that comfort zone and make a
Yeah.
change and make sure that you make an informed change, a change that is not a change that does not come of itself, but a change that you created. That's when you get a desired outcome. So I'd like to say a big thank you to Aranet once again. It's her birthday today, and she has spent some time with us out of her birthday. So that was very kind of her. And then I'll say a big thank you to everyone that's watching us from home, from wherever. Please do not forget to leave a comment in
Yeah.
our comment section. Let us know where you're watching from and let us know where you'll be watching from if you're watching the replay. Thank you
And
very
one
much.
thing I really want to share, Femi, too. Like,
Yeah,
remember those days that it's my birthday. I couldn't
yeah,
even take a day off on my birthday, and now I'm
yeah,
able to
yeah.
taking care of myself. So I'm
Exactly.
going to the spa later, right? So
Yeah,
that's the beauty. Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, this is where we'll draw the curtain today. I'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone and say, till we'll see next time. God bless you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, guys.
Peace.